good evening from the Philippines. Welcome back to my channel. If you have not subscribed yet, I do hope that you do subscribe so you will be aware of the things happening in the UK and the process of being a nurse in the UK. So for today's video, I'm going to talk about the requirements that I've accomplished in order for me to go back home, which is the Philippines. I know a lot of people are really confused about the things that they needed to accomplish. I myself have been have experience being stressed about this. So just so you know, I departed from the UK on May 12, 2022. Rules can change all the time, so it's very, very important that you check the updates every time. I'm not sure if the requirements that I'm going to share right now is going to be the same, but that's the reason why I decided to make a vlog as early as now. Hopefully this video will help you a lot. So there are actually only 5 things that you need to have for you to get back home. And by the way, this is only applicable for an OFW working in the UK, a Filipino citizen. I'm not sure about foreign national and stuff like that, but I'm only going to share my experience when I traveled from the UK to the Philippines. There are only 5 things that you need to accomplish for you to get back home, which is in the Philippines. You've got to have your plane ticket, of course, your passport, your NHS Code Pass or proof of vaccination, your COVID swab certificate, and your One Health Pass. I'm going to explain to you one by one in detail about these requirements. So let's start with the plane ticket. Obviously, you have to book a plane ticket in order for you to fly from the UK to the Philippines. So with me, I decided to use the Singapore Airlines. It's my very first time to use that airline, and my experience was really good. The food tastes really good. I was comfortable all throughout the flight. I only booked an economy, I think an economy flexi, for the reason of having more baggage allowance, which is like 30 kilograms. I think their minimum baggage allowance is 25 kilograms, which is the economy. But since I wanted to bring a lot of stuff from the UK back home to my family, then I decided to book for the 30 kilograms. I paid £898 to be exact, including my seat. I was able to choose my seat, and I booked it in March 2022. My flight is 2 months after that, so it really matters if you book your ticket earlier. Next requirement obviously is your passport. It should be valid. It should not be expiring within 6 months. I think that's all I can say about passport. Next requirement is your NHS Code Pass. So I requested my NHS Code Pass about a week before my flight for the reason of the NHS Code Pass actually has an expiration. So it expires in 1 month. And luckily my vacation will only be for 2 weeks. So yeah, it will be valid until I come back to the UK. So this is what it looks like. 2 pages because I have 3 vaccinations in total, so the 2 first vaccines and the booster, and it will actually include, well, it will actually look like this. Not sure if you can see that clearly, but there is an information here about the type of vaccine that you got. There is actually a barcode as well, and there is also a date wherein this is going to be expired. So how can you get the COVID Pass? You can get it from the NHS website. You just need to put in your information such as your NHS number, or another option is if you have the NHS app, you can download it from there. And I am not really sure if you can show the digital copy. I think you can. But just to make sure, I just downloaded and printed a copy. Next requirement is the COVID swab. So you have to make sure that you're negative from the COVID swab. So there are 2 options. It's either you book for a PCR 48 hours or book an antigen test 24 hours within the departure. What does that mean? So with me, my flight was at 8:50 p.m. What I did was I booked an antigen test on the day of my flight because it needs to be within 24 hours from the departure, not from the arrival. I booked my antigen test in Concepta Clinic So a friend of mine recommended that, and it's actually legit. The airline accepted it. I only paid £9.99. I booked my appointment at 12 o'clock noon, and I got my result after 20 minutes. The swabbing only lasted for like less than a minute. It was very, very quick. And then I did not have to wait for the result because they sent the result via email. And this is how it looks like. You just need to print it. So it's a piece of paper. You've got your barcode there, and you have the information that your result is actually negative and what kind of test have you done. It will be there. And there is also an information about when was the sample taken and when was it tested, along with the signature of the doctor. So yeah, I believe they do have a lot of branches all over the UK. So you just need to go to their website. I'm gonna give the link in the description box. Last requirement would be the One Health Pass. Now, One Health Pass, or OHP, is something that is like what do you call that, passenger locator form, the one that we filled out when we went to the UK. So I believe there's no more passenger locator form, but in the Philippines that is still being asked. So what you need to do is to go to a website, and you need to put in all your details, information. You need to upload your COVID swab certificate, and this One Health Pass should be filled out. You need to register there at least 48 hours prior to your flight. And I would suggest that you do that, or I do suggest that you register yourself in One Health Pass once your COVID swab result is out, because without that you won't be able to finish the registration, so it would just be a waste of time. I showed the barcode digitally from my phone, and it was accepted. So the sixth requirement, which is an option, okay, would be your OEC, or Overseas Employment Certificate. OEC, first of all, is only needed when you go back to the UK from the Philippines. It is not needed when you are departing from the UK to the Philippines. The only reason why I am suggesting to get an OEC before leaving the UK is, because you're gonna get busy with your family. It might slip your mind to get the OEC, which is very important in order for you to go back to your employer. OEC can be processed online. If it's your first time going back home from the UK, it can still be processed online. I'm going to give details on how to do that. I'm going to give you a link as well. But for me, it wasn't so hard. I mean, it only took me 3 minutes to print my OEC. It's just one page, which includes your name, your employer, your salary, and when is the expiration of the OEC. So OEC is only valid up to 60 days. So, it's up to you, when do you want to accomplish your OEC? Because again, it can be done online, easy peasy. You just need to go to the e-registration, which you probably already have because your agency or your employer would not allow you to leave without that. Fill out the details, make sure that the employer's name is correct, the salary and everything. And then at the very end, once you fill out all the details that are needed, that's the time that you can print the OEC. So here we go. I'm going to tell you how to get your OEC in 6 easy steps. The first thing you need to do is to go to this website, which I'll be providing in the description box. So go to e-registration and click on Let's Go. After that, you will be asked to log in, put in your email address and your password, and then you will be directed here. Click on Balik Manggagawa. You will put in your flight date, which is your flight going back to the UK. You will see the information about your employer, and questions are going to be asked from you at the very bottom. 4 questions, in fact. All you need to do is click on yes, 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 yes. Make sure that everything that you're answering is true. Otherwise, you're going to be reprimanded. After that, you will be seeing this information. You just need to fill that out and then click on print OEC. So voila, you've got your OEC already. As you can see, there is an expiration date. So that's how easy how to get an OEC. If ever you encounter a problem and you're not able to get your OEC, there's an option which is to send an email to the embassy in London, and they should be able to send you a copy of your OEC online. So now I'm going to talk about my experience flying from the UK to the Philippines for the first time. Just so you know, I've worked in Saudi Arabia before and I've been flying almost every year for my vacation. I would say that it was very exhausting because the total flight hours was like 19. How did I do it? Let me just share with you my experience, because people sometimes want specific details, so might as well just share what I have experienced. So I have flown from the Heathrow airport. Again, my flight is at 8:50 p.m., so that's almost 9 p.m. I decided to leave home at 4 o'clock p.m. via Uber. I arrived in the airport at 5 p.m. I went straight to the check-in. It was good. I was there these 4 hours before my flight. I think that's a good amount of time, at least for me, because I did not need to hurry. Although when I arrived in the check-in area, there were already a lot of people, but only like 12 people ahead of me. So in the check-in area, they checked my baggage, they checked how many kilograms is my luggage, and it was 30.3 kilograms to be exact. I didn't need to pay for an additional, for the excess baggage, which is good because it's just 0.3 anyway. I had my hand carry, which is a small luggage. Apart from that, I have my little backpack, and I also have my laptop bag. So that's totally fine as long as it's going to fit the cabin. Usually for your hand carry, they would only allow you a maximum of 7 kilograms. But again, they did not weigh my luggage for the hand carry. They didn't weigh that. They didn't weigh my backpack. They didn't weigh my laptop bag because those are allowed anyway. Make sure that you don't bring liquids in your hand carry, because I totally forgot about that. And I just realized it when they scanned it. So yeah, I left some goodies that I should be bringing home for my family. But yeah, it is what it is. So in the check-in, they're only going to check your passport, your COVID swab result, proof of COVID vaccine, and the One Health Pass. I have printed my COVID vaccine certificate. I have printed my COVID swab result. For the One Health Pass, I only showed a digital copy from my phone, which includes the barcode and my name in it as well. It's pretty weird actually that they did not ask for my ticket, which I printed, by the way. So usually I would print it, like I said, when I was going home from Saudi Arabia to the Philippines, they would ask from the check-in counter my ticket. So I asked the female, in there, and she said she didn't need that because all she needs to do is to type in my passport number and stuff like that. So yeah, just so you know. It only lasted about 5 minutes for me to be in the check-in area. After that, I went to the scanning area for those people who's going to go back home for the first time and forgotten how is it in the airport. So you just need to put all your things in a tray, which is going to be scanned. Make sure that you remove your coat, you remove your watch, you remove your jewelries, what else? Your phone, your passport, everything, put it in there. They also asked me to remove my shoes. You also need to remove your belt if you have it. After the scanning area, it's done. I can, just roam around the airport. It was actually very quick. So yeah, I think that's the advantage of coming to the airport early. So you'll have a lot of time to just relax and whatever. In order for you not to get lost though, What you can do is always look at the screen and check the your flight, check which gate are you going to board, what time is the boarding time, which is going to be printed on your boarding pass as well. The boarding pass, by the way, is going to be given during the check-in. They're going to print that. During the boarding, I just lined up again. That's it. You're going to go inside the plane. You're going to have to look for your seat number, which is printed in your boarding pass. And yeah, you can go ahead and put in your hat carry in the cabin. So my experience in Singapore Airlines was really good, like I said, because I was comfortable with my seat. It was not too tight. It was not too narrow. The food was really good because they served pasta. The drinks were just the same, you know, soda, juice, wine for free, and ice cream for dessert. Yeah. So 2 hours after the departure, they have started to serve the meal. And 2 hours prior to the arrival to Singapore, they have served the meal as well. In Singapore Airlines, they did provide a blanket and a little pillow that you can use. So if you forgot to bring your, you know, travel pillow, that's fine because they're going to provide a pillow anyway. Upon arrival to the Singapore, and it was a very big airport actually. I came from Terminal 3 to Terminal 1 because that's where the plane will be departing to the Philippines. I rode the, what do you call that? The mini train or something. It's not a shuttle, but a train. It's for free, so you don't need to worry about that. Just 1 minute, I was in Terminal 1 already. Upon reaching the gate, I queued. They did the scanning again. They looked for my boarding pass, my COVID swab result, my NHS Code Pass as a proof that I was vaccinated. And then after that, onto the plane. I would think that 1 hour of layover would be too short, I believe. Upon arriving to the Philippines, I went to customs or the immigration. By the way, in Singapore, they have given us this. It's called Bureau of Customs for people who've been going abroad. I'm sure you're very, very familiar with this. It's just a thing where you need to fill out your personal information, and if you need to declare items or money, a big amount of money that you are bringing with you, then you have to put it in here. I showed my One Health Pass, I showed my passport, and that's it. They didn't ask for my vaccination, they didn't ask for my swab result, which is really weird. And after that, I took my luggage and that's it. I was home. It was really a good feeling.
Hello.
I think that sums up all the information that I need to share with you. I'm gonna try my best to answer all your questions if you leave it in the comment section. Also, it is really warm here in the Philippines. It's been raining already, but yeah, I miss the weather. I really miss the weather here. I also miss the weather in England, which is weird. I think I'm getting used to the weather in there because it's so hot in here. Anyway, that's all for tonight. I do wish you luck in, you know, booking your tickets and flying home with your family. And hopefully this video has helped you a lot. I'll see you next time. Bye!